BMW's best-selling car at the moment is the X3, and with it coming to the end of its life, it's about time BMW updated it. Well, this is the all-new model. Let's have a look and see what it is like, but let's also see if the new X3 will just be as popular as the outgoing X3. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, starting with the styling at the front, and it is a bit of a departure from the outgoing model. To start with, the BMW kidney grills are now separate and have a slightly grown in size, and have a sportier look compared to this old, squarer outgoing model. The outline can now also be lit up, just like the new 5 Series, 7 Series and XM. This grille is also helped with a central crease on the bonnet, which houses the BMW logo, and it looks very similar to the sharp crease on the BMW M4. The headlights also have a new shape and are now sort of connected to the grille. These headlights now incorporate a double L, giving them a unique look and something we haven't seen before on any BMW. Lower down we get an exaggerated central air vent, and this has been done with some gloss black plastic. And below this we get the actual central air vent, which has been split with a body colour central parting. To the side of the front we have some side vents with a gloss black outline, again giving this car a sportier look. Moving around to the side we get a minimalistic design compared to what we are used to on the outgoing model. On this model the wheel arches are now integrated, and this time you don't have any add-on parts. They are exaggerated with bigger outlines as well as a sharp crease lower down. We also get flush door handles on this car and also some big curvy wing mirrors, which do look slightly out of place from what we are used to on other BMWs. The wheel designs are also very modern and give this car a sporty edge, which I do quite like. Moving around to the back we get a different design to what we are used to on BMWs. To start with, we get some X-style tail lights, which look very modern and very similar to the bigger BMW X5. At first, I didn't like this design, but it has grown on me, and the reason why I didn't like the overall design at the back was because they had moved the rear number plate onto the bumper. This has only been done on the BMW XM, and it didn't suit that car, but after a while it has started to grow on me on this one. It gives it a sportier look, but it also gives the rear end a minimalistic design. What is also new on this car is that we get a different naming for the engine placement of the petrol models. BMW now has got rid of the I on the petrol models, so for example the M50 would have been called the M50i on the previous generation model. This has been done because the I is now to resemble the electric range. Lower down we get some more gloss black cladding as well as 4 exhaust pipes that were only available on the old X3M models, but they have now trickled down to the warm M models too. Talking of exhausts, let's have a look and see what the engine and gearbox options you can have with the new BMW X3. So the engine lineup consists of diesel, petrol and 2 petrol mild hybrid engines. Let's start with the diesel engine first. This is called xDrive 20D, and this uses a 2 litre turbo unit which has 197 brake horsepower and a 0 to 62 time of 7.7 seconds. This can only be had with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and it is only 4-wheel drive. Now, this diesel engine, we don't know if it will come to the UK as of yet, as BMW told us that it won't, but it is showing on their configurator at the moment, so we will have to wait and see if it does actually reach to our shores. The next engine is the petrol plug-in hybrid engine. This is called xDrive 30E, and this uses a 2 litre turbo 4-cylinder engine and an electric motor creating 294 brake horsepower. This can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in 6.2 seconds, and it has an electric only range of about 53 miles, which is very good, and it will allow most people to commute to work on electric alone. This is available only with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and it is 4-wheel drive. The next engines are the petrol mild hybrid engines. Let's start with the base model first, and this is called X-Drive 20. This uses the same 2-litre petrol engine as the plug-in hybrid, but rather than having a full electric motor, it now has a 48-volt mild hybrid system connected to it, and this produces 205 brake horsepower. The mild hybrid unit is a light mild hybrid unit and doesn't help much with power, but it does give it 11 more brake horsepower. But it is more to help with economy and CO2 levels. This gives the car a 7.8 second 0 to 62 time, and just like the plug-in hybrid, it is only available with an 8-speed automatic gearbox and 4-wheel drive. The final petrol engine is the M50 engine. This uses the usual B58 engine, and this is a 3-litre straight 6 unit with 392 brake horsepower, and this gives the new X3 M50 a 0 to 62 time of just 4.6 seconds. Again, this also has the 48-volt mild hybrid system. Now, you may be wondering why I haven't mentioned about an electric iX3 yet. Well, this is because the new BMW iX3 isn't going to be based on this X3. Instead, it will be based on the Neue Klasse platform, which will come out in the next 2 years, hopefully. The price of the new BMW X3 starts at £48,375, which isn't considering with what you are getting. Right, let's have a look and see what the interior is like. So, climbing inside the new BMW X3, we get a mixture of old and new designs. The best way to describe the interior is that the outgoing X3 and the new 5 Series had a baby together, and this is the result. On top of the dashboard, you get the BMW's dual screen setup with a central 14.9-inch screen running the new iDrive OS 9 system. It is very easy to use, and it is very intuitive too, and it works very well and has a crystal clear display. The same can be said for the instrument cluster. It is easily configurable and it is easy to read too. We also get the same steering wheel as the new 5 Series, and this means that it now has a flat bottom design to it, and on the M50 model it also has a top dead centre line too. We also get the new BMW crystal glass light up bar from the 7 Series and 5 Series. But on the X3 it has been done slightly differently. You see, this is where the older design comes in. The centre console and centre part of the dash has been separated on the dashboard, giving it a driver focused look and feel. Because of this, the bar stops in the middle of the dashboard, but you get extra lighting on the door and on the centre console. Because of this, the door card has this cool design to it, as well as a 3D design and some touch sensitive buttons for your air vent and your memory seats too. In the centre console, inside the colour bar, you get your own wireless phone charge as well as somewhere to store your key card, and in the centre console you also get the same panel from the new 5 Series, and this houses your new iDrive controller as well as your small gear selector. The overall dashboard design then is very modern and driver focused and feels like a vast improvement over the outgoing model. One final new design in the X3 though is these new seats. They have a new sportier design to them and they do feel more premium. They also hug you better than the outgoing ones, and they're also a lot thinner too. Right, let's have a look and see what the rear seats are like. Now, moving into the back of the BMW X3, and there is no surprise that there is plenty of legroom and headroom, even if you're a tall adult. These new seats also help because they are now thinner and also have cutouts for your knees. The middle passenger will struggle though a bit because of the hump in the floor. You do get some air vents as well as 2 USB-C ports and an armrest as well as some storage too. The overall materials are also decent in the back. Let's have a look and see what the boot is like. Opening the boot to the new BMW X3 and you are welcomed with 570 litres. Whilst this is 20 litres more than the outgoing model and is on par with the new Audi Q5's boot, it is still down on the Mercedes GLC's 620 litres. Another side note and a negative point for this BMW X3 is that if you go for the plug-in hybrid option, you will lose a further 110 litres of space because of the batteries. Folding the seats down and you are welcomed with 1,700 litres of boot space on the standard X3 and 1,600 litres on the plug-in hybrid X3. So in summary then, what do I think of the new BMW X3? Well, it has a much sharper and more modern exterior design which suits this car's attitude very well. On the inside it has a higher end feel with better technology and comfort, and the practicality is also better than before too. Just bear in mind though that if you do go for the plug-in hybrid option you will lose boot space, and this is the only downside to the new X3 that I have, but apart from that it is a decent premium family SUV. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.